It is a Friday, ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls. Welcome to your favorite lunchtime show. This is your boy, this is your man. I'm here to stay. Bishop Q is in the house. This is Global Talk with Bishop Q. It's been a while since we spoke. It's been hectic around the country. I thought that maybe it's a Friday. Let me just come through and, come and speak to my people, to the global talkers. Yes, I love it. The global talkers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Friday. It's a bit hectic, but it's one of those days where we sit, we chill, and we're going to have fun. Welcome to Global Talk. If you just joined us, remember to continue talking to us on Facebook. We are available. That is Bishop Q. And remember to also follow us. Continue clicking that subscription button to make sure that you don't miss anything whenever I'm alive, whenever I go live, whenever I get to speak to my people. And then you get to be connected with us. Follow us also on Twitter. That is Bishop Q19. That's where you'll be finding us. On email, it's murutiq@gmail.com. And we might be fortunate today that we will be able to track down. There is a lady that we are still trying to track down very much for us. She's the queen of night dating. Yes, she does a show that helps people to do dating and so forth. We are just hoping that she will be around to talk to us, to tell us more about the show and everything. But in any case, while we are still trying to connect with her, we're going to be talking about what is happening around the country currently. It is sad. It is something that we have to go through it. But I will be giving you blow to blow on what is happening. It's been a long day. My day started very early. It's been weeks that we've been working hard after the country bent down. We received information that there are people who wanted to make the country be ungovernable, and they started going to shops, to shopping malls and looting and so forth. And we were not even very fortunate that we were just aside, but we were also included in that. Our little complex was also burned down. We tried for a few days to stop the people who were coming to loot, but look, we can only do so much, especially if you don't have enough backup, if you don't have enough support from the police and the security company. I think that was the problem throughout the country, that all the malls that they entered into, we discovered that there was not adequate support from the private companies, and it left communities having to stop everything by their hands and say, this is where we stop. So it was burnt down, things were taken, and it looks terrible. If you could follow us on our Facebook page, we've posted some of the photos. And today is the third day that we managed to put up the community, and they came in numbers, and they've started cleaning. The place looks good, looks much better. We are not there yet, but we are trying our best. It's not as much as we could have wanted, but we can only We can only, and we are not even sure what are the reasons for them to go around looting and doing whatever that they're doing. But I think one point that I would like to share, I think also my colleague, a friend of mine, Vusi Telekwai, also spoke about it, that the people who are doing this, they don't understand that they are also part of the chain. Part of the chain meaning this thing with one finger, but in actual effect, it's a chain. You know, there are people who benefit out of this whole process, and it's a chain, because I would take Pick n Pay. Arguably, it has a number of staff members that are working there, and obviously, if that lady is out of work, it means the crash won't get paid. They are already affected. The transport that takes the child to school, they are also affected. The mother who sells the tomato around at the corner there, where the mother normally buys tomato, they are also affected. The shop that normally where she buys, it could be even a BS Paza shop and so forth, they are also affected as well. The taxi that she uses to get to work, it's also affected as well. So I'm already have counted 6 people who are already affected by one person losing their jobs. We've explained in a number of times that the money that we get, Yomdende, a lot of people have argued, hey, that money does not work. These girls, they normally go and get pregnant and wara, wara, wara. And we've came forth as a children's organization and said, remember that this money is meant for kids. Yes, we understand it's not all parents who are going to use the money in a wise way, but that money also has a chain. That young person who gets money for the child, after they get paid at the center, as they leave, there are women who sell food and groceries and whatever that they might have outside where they normally get paid. So that is the first entrance of where the money goes. So there are a number of people who get paid, the taxi driver who gets paid, and it's almost the same system. So there are a lot of people who are affected. So the people who were strategizing around the idea of looting, they thought that they are targeting whoever that they are targeting. But at the end of the day, also throughout the process, there are other people who are also involved and they get affected. I have a friend of mine who owns an internet cafe. It was burnt to ashes. He does not belong to any government structure or any political party. He's just a young boy who started his own internet cafe. We're also helping at some other time. Sometimes when he has a shortage of staff or anything, I normally go there and work. Because merely he's my friend and I understand the IT system and how to run an internet cafe. But the place was also burnt down. So you understand that at the end of the day, there are people who are not even linked to politics, who are not linked to government, who are not even linked to Zuma or president or whoever might be, that they are now affected. Now we have to go back to our own pockets again and start raising funds on how to build that internet cafe once again. So it's a chain. So it has affected all of us. So it's been 3 days. We are busy continuing doing what we do best. We are reclaiming our town. We are reclaiming our shops. We are reclaiming our complex to say, enough is enough. This is where it stops. This is where it ends. And we were glad that when we made a call to the community responded very massively, very massively. And now I think going back to the drawing board, that's where we're going to start engaging all the businesses which were involved to say, guys, this is how far the community has came. This is what they've came to do, and now how do we move forward? How do we how do we remedy the whole thing and so forth. And that's where we are supposed to be coming up with ideas and say, now this is how we're going to do it. This is how you're going to connect. This is how you're going to work. Because throughout my working with communities and so forth, one thing that we have alluded and continuously teached people who own structures. It could be churches, it could be schools, it could be anything. I remember there's a school in Northwest, in Freiburg. It's a handicapped school. They don't have money. They run through their own board and they raise their own funds and everything. But the same thing is that they don't even have I think we are getting communication from Ayanda. Let us see. Just click on it, and I will be able to see you on my screen. So it's like that you cannot run an institution and believe that you are by yourself and think that because you own it and you are by yourself. Because the day you get into trouble and crisis, what do? Because you need to run to the very same community. So you need to make sure that on time to time basis, you get the community involved, you get in touch with them. So that whenever you have a crisis, whenever you need water, whenever there is anything, you're able to go straight to them and say, guys, please help me. So that's what we are also be teaching our businesses as well, to say, let them get involved, let them get attached to working with communities. Those big owners, you might be driving a flashy car and so forth, but you need to come down to where people are at, so that they are able to show you and teach you how things are done. So it has been tough, but we are working. We are trying to get hold of Ayanda. She's the queen of the midnight dating show. We will be doing an interview with her. We will be trying to get hold of her. Let us see if she's able to find the link and be able to talk to her and find out how did she come up to this. It's a very powerful show. I'm not big on TikTok, but the sooner I got to see that show, I was touched. So make sure that you stay tuned. The interview is about to start. We are just trying to get a link with her. The sooner she's able to get in touch with us, and then we're able to see. She has written a message. I've been waiting for a link. I was tired. The old one, and it was going through. How does it work? Okay. It is a Friday. If you've just joined us, this is Bishop Q on Global Talk. Today we are interviewing the queen of night dating. She does one of the biggest shows in the country. We'll be talking to her. We'll be finding out a lot about her, where does she come from, and how did she come up with the show. Just make sure that you also get in touch. If you're not sure who are you dating, or you need a specific person, just go to that link and she will be able to connect you. The normally shows, I think she starts around about 10. We're trying to get hold of her to see that we can get this pretty lady to join us. She's very pretty. Very pretty. I can see even some of the boys, they normally even send some very interesting messages to her to ask her that are you involved? Do you have somebody? So it becomes very interesting. Somebody trying to put up a show of that magnitude, that guys, come, let me help you, let us do dating and so forth. And yet people, instead of looking inside the pool, they actually look at the owner of the pool, and now they want the owner. So it's one of those things. Let us try and get hold of her. Let us see if we can get hold of Ayanda. We have a tendency of being able to identify talent, especially from an early age. So if you've just joined us, this is Global Talk with Bishop Q. We are getting hold of Ayanda, who does one of the most interesting shows in the country. It's on TikTok, where people normally call in and they get interviewed for the coming 5, 6, 7, 10 seconds, and then immediately they try explain who do they want, what kind of a person do they want, and so forth. And you get your match. That's how it works. So we are trying to get hold of her so that she comes and tell us the story, that where did this all thing come from, and how did she think about it, and who is she working with, and so forth. So if you've just joined us, just stay tuned. Hence, I was still talking about my days for the past 3 days that we've been cleaning our complex where I stay. It was burned down to ashes. So we have managed to put the community together to make sure that they join us to clean the place, to make sure that it looks good and we come back to our bases. And obviously after that, we will be engaging with the community and the shopping center management to see how do we move forward. Because I think also a lot of loopholes were identified during this looting as well, from the police sector, from security companies, from the shop owners and so forth. Everybody was scarred at the end of the day. This morning, some of us, we could not even have breakfast, a proper breakfast. And remember that some of us, we are also diabetic. So we are very strict in terms of what we eat. And obviously, if our local shop has been broken down, it gives us a problem. My mother eats almost 10 pills a day. She needs to have a proper meal as well. We could not even go around and get meals. So we have to be driving very far or get into a taxi and go to places where we travel for almost an hour just to get food. And earlier on, when the complex was still working, we would walk for almost 5 to 7 minutes just to get bread and her Kellogg's and whatever that she was eating and so forth. So this thing has damaged us in a very big way. But what can we do? We just have to pick up the pieces and start moving ahead. So it has been my days, it has been my struggle for the past 3 days. Hence, we did not have any show. So today I thought it is important that we get hold of this queen because it's been days that we've been trying to get hold of her. And she's quite busy. So just bear with us. We are trying to get hold of her to see that if she can connect with us. Continue writing to us. Remember, keep on communicating with us, telling us your story, the things that you want us to talk about, your views about the show, the content that you want us to look into. Continue writing to us, talking to us, telling us the things that you wanted us to look into, to focus on. Other people, they also want me to analyze their dreams as well. We are able to do that. Your spiritual journey, how do you unfold? How do you start? Where do you go? How do you know if ukobela all right? Things like that. The questions have been coming through thick and strong about the journey of spirituality. We will be touching on that next week, Monday, telling us what are the things that you see. And Also, there's also the issue of church as well, that how do you combine the two? A lot of people, they normally ask, how do you combine the two? And I normally tell and advise people that go and get one of my books. It's called Qaphelani. It is available in the market. Just make sure that you get hold of that book. It will tell you how does God namadlozi, how do they mix, where do they mix, and where do you see in a thin line, and where do I take all of that and so forth. It has been something that I was gifted with. I did not even ask for it. I did not buy it. I did not go hunt for it. But God and my ancestors, they just look at me and saw that I was fit for it. So if you just joined us, continue writing to us. We are available on all platforms. We are available on Facebook. That is Global Talk with Bishop Q. So just look for Bishop Q on Facebook. You'll find me there, looking as pretty as always. On YouTube, we are also available. Just make sure that you click the subscription button and make sure that you follow us. And like I said, today we have a special show. We are trying to get hold of the Queen herself to see that if we can talk to her, and she should tell us. It'll be a pleasure. How did it start? What inspired her to start the show?
You have reached.
She's probably having network problems, but we will just continue with our show. If you just joined us, continue writing to us, greet us if you are online. Just remember writing to us, talking to us, telling us where you are at, what you are doing this Friday. How hard have you been hit? Because that's another thing that I also wanted to find out from where you're coming from. How hard have you been hit? And how are you recovering? Because I think for me, the important part is how do you recover? You know, we all get injured. We all get our ups and downs in life. But the question that we're asking today is that how are we going to recover as a nation? And how are you recovering as a community? You know, there's no bread around. We can't even find a beer to drink for those who are drinking. They cannot even find something to drink. And it's a problem. And how bad has it affected you? So if you're around, if you're listening, if you're watching, talk to us, tell us where you're coming from and how hard it has affected you and so forth. And let us chat about it while we are still waiting for our queen to get hold of us, to tell us where she is, will she be joining us and so forth. We are waiting for Ayanda. She's a lady who runs a show, one of the most interesting shows at TikTok. You know, I've looked at a lot of people who run their shows on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok fan. My niece, she is, but I can tell you today that she's one of the best. You can see with the following that she has. You can see with the engagement that she has, the way she speaks to people and so forth. It is quite intriguing, quite interesting and so forth. So we are trying to get hold of her so that we take it from there and speak to her and find out what inspired her to start the show and so forth. So talk to us. I see messages are coming thick and strong. Let us see. We have a message from Tsotsi Hlongwani Sieza. Let us see what she has to say. We are trying to get open messages which are taking forever. He says, hi guys, you are doing a great job. Thanks for a wonderful show. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going through messages for now. Lindy Butelezi. She says, what a wonderful initiative you have started, Bishop, putting together the community to come and clean. It's a pleasure, Mashenge Auslindi. She's writing from Komoletsani. Lucinda Kunena, she says, We are so proud of your work that you are doing. Thanks very much, Auslisinda Kunene. Joy Kidiboni, she's from Zola. She said, I'm proud of you all. Job well done. People are actually even still talking about the work that we've been doing around the center, where we've been cleaning and making sure that we restore and we bring our lives back into order. So we are going through messages that they've been writing. So if you just joined us, continue writing messages on your comment there, and tell us what you think about the show, about the work that we've been doing ever since Monday, cleaning off the malls. And yes, we are still waiting. Virginia Zwan says, hi Boputi, ngiyaziqhenya ngani. Yes, from Fosloras. Raleboga Osi, we thank you very much. As Virginia Zwani, Mtwana Mangete. Yes. Wisani Mashaba, he says, awesome job. We love it. Thanks very much. Simpiwe Twala says, from Alexander, they've also worked very hard, but they were very fortunate that the police and the protection unit was there to save, and there was shooting that took place. That is from Alexander. That is a story that I also received from Alexander, that the community managed to wake up, and they got in front of the shop. We have seen with other shops like our friends in Eldos. They also did some wonderful job by making sure that they jump and stand in front of the shop, so that whenever they got attacked, they were able to look after their own shop and so forth. Some other communities, they could not. Some of the communities, they were notified late. Some of them, they did not have enough manpower to be able to stand in front. But the bigger question that we're asking today is that, how do we recover from that? Because remember, as a motivational speaker, my idea and concept is to make sure and push for people to be positive and think ahead, to say, yes, I have fallen. Yes, I have got injured. But the question is that, how do you move forward? It's important as a person that there's no need to cry over spilled milk. We need to say, okay, this has happened. Now we are moving ahead. This is how we wake up. This is how we move on. It's like in a relationship, you've been involved with somebody else for a very long time, and now you're starting to ask yourself and say, how do I survive? How do I move forward as a person? Because sometimes we get caught sitting and crying over somebody who has left you for another person. But remember that life does not even rotate around that particular person. It's important as a human being that you need to move forward and start taking chances and so forth. So as communities, how are we moving forward? We are continuing reading messages. Mabucha, Malifu Mabucha says, Tobela Warra from Seshego. Yes, from Seshego. Says, good job that you are doing with your communities, bringing them together to clean up. We saw it from you, and we are also doing the same by putting together communities. Yes. I was doing an interview even earlier on. I was even saying that this whole thing of burning down stores and so forth, it has also given us an opportunity as community leaders to bring back the community, to make sure that communities start working together, we start focusing, and we are building, and we are going forth, and we see what we can do. So as communities, the question is that, how do we survive? How do we get better? All right, we're gonna try, and it goes and it does not link. This is because I'm using my phone. Okay, we're trying to get hold of the Queen herself. So just make sure that you stay tuned with us. Continue talking to us on our chat box and telling us where you are, where you come. Um, I want you to see this lady. I want you to listen to this lady. She's very interesting. Okay, can we try this one? Yeah. Continue reading messages. If you've just joined us, this is Global Talk with Bishop Q. Don't be chabalala. Mshengu says, whoa, Bafwetu. Oh, from Nongoma. She says, great job that you are doing. We love what you are doing with your community. Great work. Continue, you are inspiring us. We are thankful, Ausintombi, Machabalala, that we are inspiring you. But we hope that you also, in your communities as well, you are also taking initiative and putting young people together. Because also in my community, it has given me an opportunity to sit down with young people. And starting from next week, as we finish with the cleaning, we'll be starting to do what we call round tables where we will be talking with different people and so forth. So we will be engaging with young people. So we're still continuing with our show. It is wonderful if you've just joined us. We are continuing reading messages. Jonathan Sinteni says, superb job that you are doing. Is from Pretoria. He says there's also started cleaning their center, but the community is not responding. Yeah, remember that we come from different backgrounds. We come from different communities. I was very fortunate that I've been working with community for quite a while. So it has been slightly much easier for me, or much simpler for me, to be able to say, communities, come through, come, let us work, let us do this, let us do that, So if you've just joined us, I'm trying to get hold of the lady that you're supposed to be interviewing today. I gave you a link. I hope that she will be able to be joining us. Ayanda, she's running a TikTok show, one of the most beautifulest shows that I've ever seen. I want you to listen to her story, where she started. It is a Friday. Continue talking to us, writing to us, telling us where you're coming from. So we are trying to also teach communities that this is a great opportunity to start working together and seeing that how far can we go, how much work can we do. We are continuing reading your messages from all over. A lot of things have been questioned about this. I don't know that there is what we call a Tekwini shutdown. And we're getting information. This is very scary. That there are people who are running this. and you can see people are they want to shut down Durban now. My leadership, I say into an entry must be closed, then we will get the attention. Our father in prison, our Secretary General suspended, our spokesperson suspended. They are going far. Now this is the information that we are getting. We are being tipped off here that the intention is to shut down Durban so that their leaders they get out. Asisebenze siphume kakhulu izinkalo comrade McDonald's restaurant azikhale, let them burn it down. You see, they are now targeting McDonald's. Yes, yababona, we need to pull night shift kubona as from tonight. Asikhale ma comrades singamsabi lo baba no McDonald's bakhe abelungu bayakhala naye makakhale, let it do. I'm reading messages that are coming through. Somebody decided to show me and says there is a big shutdown that is being planned in Durban, and they are planning to do a whole lot of work in terms of destroying the country. I'm not sure where we are going. Says, sorry, my comrades, in every revolution there will be casualties. We strongly condemn the looting of black-owned business, but it has already been done. And now he's writing, attack ShopRite, attack Pick n Pay, Woolworths, Absa, FNB, Capitec. I mean, these are literally all of our banks. And how do you get money if they're going to be destroying all banks? You can. It simply shows that the people who are behind this, they are narrow-minded. I don't care who they are. I'm not sure their struggle, what is it all about, but they are narrow-minded. No, I'd rather ban a bank if I have a bank. I'd rather ban something that I already have. And I was hoping that I was not going to even start talking about schools. Because in the morning I got a message that they are also targeting schools. We've been working with several countries. We are trying to raise funds. South Africa, as much as it has money, but we still have a major backlog in terms of building schools. Hence, when the government requested me to go and speak to the people in Venda after they've banned 23 schools, I refused to go because I was furious. And I even wrote a letter to my NG, the Minister of Education, that I gave her the right to go and open cases because in my own understanding, that's treason. And you can imagine a community that's able to put up a committee, but that committee was strictly meant to stop kids from going to school. I mean, we cannot be fighting with African countries that they need to allow kids to go to school instead of kidnapping and hijacking them and requesting young kids to be soldiers and so forth. So these are some of the things that we are fighting for. Now in the morning, we started getting messages that they are now targeting schools. I mean, where does Zuma and whoever with politics interfere with a girl who stays next door? They are not even related to Zuma. If they want Zuma, why can't they go to jail and release him? Well, that is my opinion. So we are getting tipped off that there is a program which has been run in Durban where they're intending to shut down Durban and ban the stores, ban all the banks. And the messages have been communicated since from the 8th of July 2021. Where are we going as a country? Even today, we heard of stories that our nearby schools are being targeted. So we've requested comrades from those particular places and areas to try and stop and see that How far can we stop these hooligans? But anyway, what we can do, we have to fight. We have to fight. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll try and link up with Ayanda later so that we have that interview, preferably today. I have to run now. It has been great. I thank you for your messages. This is Bishop Q on Global Talk. My spirit is a little bit low because of what's happening around the country and the messages that keep on coming about Devon. So it means we'll have to go and sit with the police and see how far can we protect our communities. Because it's if I was to show you these messages which are coming through here, it's sad, it's embarrassing, it's annoying actually. You see, if you want to touch my nerve, tell me about schools. Panyaza Lusufi knows that if you want to fight me, tell me that you are destroying schools and then we'll be talking, because we've been fundraising to try and build schools. Some of the schools which are damaged, we've tried to rebuild them. I have almost 20 kids that we are currently going to be training to make sure that they become proper teachers. They go and teach, they go to schools and so forth. I am mad about schools to a level that next year we are taking a walk from Soweto to Devon, and we will be raising funds for Africa education. So how do I start to walk and start fundraising for Africa if there are people who are small-minded, who think like nothing? They think of banning schools. I think I need to go now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go and sort out this thing of schools, and I will be going live later today. I assure you. Probably around about 6 we'll be going live, and we'll take it from there, and we'll see that if you can get hold of Ayanda as well to also get a perspective of her show and so forth. It has been great. It has been wonderful. This is your man. This is your boy. This is Bishop Q on Global Talk. It has been wonderful. Join me tonight, 6 o'clock.